Good evening and welcome to another AA meeting. Cheers! This week we're going to talk about the vehicles we would most like to own. And we're going to start with splash damage.
Okay, right. Car I'm all about, the Ford RS200. So it's it's late 80s, early 90s. It's around when the Group B rally series is at its height. This is the most exciting rally's ever been. The cars are as powerful as they're going to get at the time. I mean, they're all 500 horsepower, and they're all driving on like ridiculously loose surfaces like snow, ice, mud, and etc. And Ford's brought out they put their new rally car in, the Ford RS200. It's called that because there were only 200 of them made at the time, because that's the minimum you're allowed. That's the minimum you're allowed to make before you weren't allowed in the rally. So they brought this thing out, and it's going okay for a short amount of time until fairly early into the Group B life cycle. It's the rally in Portugal. One of the best drivers careens off the track and takes out several of the spectators, and it's one of the worst incidents the rally's ever had, even till this day.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's been anything worse?
Not really.
Is that because since then they've
Yeah.
altered the cars?
It might be as well more on death toll, as in like how many people die.
They've lost drivers before, but they went off the track and into the crowd as well. So this isn't just they rolled off a cliff. They just went off a regular stretch of road and killed people to the side.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Let's get a picture.
They're nasty.
Yeah.
Let's get a selfie.
This incident happened, and then shortly after that, I think in the same rally series, probably half a year later, another driver goes off and hits a tree, and it kills the co-driver instantly.
But the driver was fine.
I think the driver was able to walk away. Yeah.
Did he get done for?
Well, no. It's
Same as in boxing. If you kill your opponent in boxing, you can't be done for manslaughter, murder, nothing.
Because it was
Because
in a way staged.
In
In a sense.
I know I'm not straying off the subject. I know for a fact in boxing you have to sign a waiver when you become a fully licensed boxer, saying that if you kill someone in the ring, you're not held liable. Sort of.
So, like in Rocky, I know I'm digressing here, but in Rocky, when the guy from Russia kills Rocky's mate, saying if he lives, he lives, he dies, he dies.
That's why nothing happened to him. Yeah. That's the way it is.
Carry on.
Oh yeah. So, then immediately after this other terrible crash, somebody else gets killed as well, which then the people in charge of the rallying events, they just look at this new series of cars and just think, we can't have this. This is killing our drivers, and it's now killing the spectators. So shortly after that,
And trees.
yeah, and trees.
More trees.
So shortly after all this, after this Ford RS200 has been brought in, they scrap the series. And in fact, even now, even with cars as advanced as they are, the most powerful cars you can use in a standard rally event are only 300 horsepower. These ones are around 500, possibly getting near 600. Something else to bring up was before this series was banned, Ford was going to bring in the RS200 Evo, which had some variants of up to 800 horsepower. So there's no way that would have ended well. But I wanted
A lot of crashes.
yeah, I wanted this kind of car because not only is it quite rare, but it's the car that was so powerful it got the most exciting racing event at the time banned. This thing was that insane, and I want to just be able to say I own this monster. Yeah,
But I'm too much
This
of a
killing
pussy to
machine.
drive it.
I own this omen of the end times.
Because it
pretty
just
much.
lives in my garage.
It was an omen.
It never leaves the garage. It just
It
lives
just sits there.
You let people come in, don't go in it.
Yeah.
Just
I've
don't-
pinned the keys. You
don't-
cannot drive it.
You open the door, the headlights turn on, and the person that they shine on just falls dead.
It's like you just go, right, here are the keys. I'm gonna swallow them now so I can never turn the car on.
Good.
I just went on a bit of a random rant to myself then, where I was singing Omen by was it Prodigy?
I was kind of hearing
It was
it.
no one. It's an omen.
And then moaning.
So before I sing karaoke live on,
It's not live.
before I sing karaoke on YouTube, again,
Moving on.
I haven't really.
The car I would most like to
Will
own
won't have
is
one, though.
of GTA 5, and it's not one of the most expensive supercars. It's something you
Motorcycle.
find on the street, and it's the
a
Sultan
Beamer?
RS.
Generally, where you find cars,
Not on GTA.
you don't find them in the ocean.
No, you find them on the internet.
No, but you don't find them in the
Depends
Depends how good the players are.
I was
Right.
making a joke because you find cars in streets.
The recent GTAs, yes, you can find on the internet, but traditionally you find them on the streets. People who are driving them, you nick them out of the cars.
I was making a joke because cars drive on the streets. How has this become such a massive issue?
Anyway,
I'm gonna shut up.
the Sultan
No, don't
RS
do that.
is the upgraded version of the Sultan, and it's based mainly off the Lexus IS in real life. And it's near enough of a family car, but it's really good at drifting, and it looks really nice, and it can get to some great top speeds as well. And it's just a car that I like to play and mess about in the game, and would just love to own in real life, just so I can go off road and just mess about in it for ages.
I do have to ask a question though, because obviously I'm a GTA player, but are you one of these people that when they get that special car, do they drive like the old grannies like the rest of the people in GTA do? And like if you think even slightly, you go, ah!
No.
Really, take it to a garage.
I'm the complete opposite. I will be speeding as quick as I can, don't have a finger off the accelerate, and just drift around every corner. And I also like to go up top of mountains and see how much the car can take. Just see how much it can take before it blows up.
Nice.
Hi, Laura.
I'd like to make a point that in the recent, since GTA 4, is that when you crash it hard enough, you're able to go through the window screen. You couldn't do that before. As always,
She's made of cardboard and can't hear you.
I've been drinking. I sniffed some funny things at work.
Okay, back to topic. I've got 3 words. Air Force One! Before I continue, you may have noticed that we are missing one of our merry band. Poor Steve is ill this week and will not be appearing. Also, if you've noticed that the video or sound may have been of slightly different quality, it's because we've had to use a different camera.
That's
And
my
they
bad.
are really stupid.
Would you not know how to film with cameras? John's really clever. Ed's clever. I'm not. What, you think I am? But we're not. No, put this into... We're monkeys that use hands. Put this into perspective. This is the second camera we've attempted to use. And my apologies for that. Exactly. We're just a couple of dumbloaders. Sorry,
Yes, get well soon, Steve. Air Force One. I'm only joking.
This is just dedicated to you, Steve.
You expect me to be doing this?
Sorry, I was only joking about Air Force One. I mean, I'd love to steal it and all that. However,
Top
it
up.
might prove quite difficult.
Top up, sir?
No, I would, on the other hand,
I didn't know.
rather like to own a hovercraft.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Now, just to clarify, are we talking big hovercraft or little one?
Yes.
Little hovercraft.
Well, one of those 2-seater things like you get in the bayou.
Oh yeah.
Ah, those things.
Because you
I
can
did
just
magic tricks.
rock it around on them.
Are they
can't you?
called hovercrafts or are they called...
No, they're called hover. It's basically a quad bike on water.
Yeah.
Very, very redneck. Very swamp people.
I mean, hovercrafts themselves are just fascinating vehicles anyway.
Yeah, they are really good.
They're quite hard to build as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you got to have a big enough engine to get the lift, but the engine can't be too heavy.
Otherwise,
Otherwise it won't.
And in them little engines, in the little ones that Joe's on about, it's one engine that goes lift and thrust.
Yeah.
So it's got to be powerful enough to do both at the same time.
But lights
Ah.
don't
And
make
still
sure it
stay
There's a
doesn't.
bit of a story about
Float.
Hovercraft that I heard about.
Is this
it's
the Top Gear one that they made?
no. This is
The Hovercraft.
The transit fan.
The transit fan.
this is one of the it's one of the really sort of large ones that people actually use to go out to sea. They carry quite a few passengers.
Yes.
But, this one it had gone
I've
out.
got
I think
one
it was on its way back, and it hit a harbour wall, and it completely took the side of it off. But
Good.
because it's a hovercraft, the skirt was fine. The skirt just sort of bent around the wall because it's made of like rubber.
Brilliant.
Despite the fact the whole side of this thing is missing, it's still being held above the water by the skirt.
Really?
If this thing had been an actual ship, it would have sunk in that instance. But
Titanic.
because it's
If it was a
floating.
hovercraft, fucking no movie.
No, no, sorry, I go off on the Titanic. You can't explain what the Titanic is just a hovercraft going, oh, so why would you own a hovercraft? Yes, why? Well, it's a hovercraft. You can just, I feel like taking a shortcut today, go across this lake. It's like, oh, I'm sick of this tarmac and this cement. Oh, wait, I want to go, well, would you be worried for the fact that they are very difficult to steer? Yeah, I'm very difficult. Across this lake, and this might need to work.
Would you strap 2 oars on it as well? So you go.
Well, actually, just one. If you just have one, because you can use the oar to
Balance the
guide.
throttle
Yeah.
and oar it. Or drift.
It just like turns into he's got one of the little hand fans. He's gonna fly himself along with one of those, and you just like, sorry, the engine broke.
That's what Ace Ventura does in one of his movies. That's what Jim Carrey does in
Has anyone got a bigger one, and they say one of the office fans?
It's like the Fast and Furious, but it's on water. It's like wet and waterist. It's got oar brake. It's like,
That does not sound like a racing.
no, it doesn't.
That sounds like a very different type of film.
Oh dear.
Moving on before it sinks even further, Mikey.
Yeah. I was kind of stuck between 2, just for the fact of I was reminded of one of them when Ev started speaking. It was James Dean's car, Little Bastard, the Porsche. It was literally called Little Bastard, and you can bleep it if you want. I don't care. But his name was Little Bastard, and
We've said worse.
it killed James Dean. And then the car parts got taken apart and scrapped and stuff. Wait, I can't remember if they got scrapped first. No, it got transported to a museum. It killed
Really?
someone on the way to the museum. Like, they didn't drive it, they put it in the truck. It killed someone because it fell on him.
Oh God!
They put it in the museum then set fire.
It's cursed. It's cursed.
It is a cursed car. That's what it's put. There's videos all over YouTube. Seriously search them. Rob Dyke does a brilliant one called Seriously Strange about it. I'm plugging here, but yeah, and it does all that sort of thing. But then when they decided to move, it survived the fire. They moved it out. Went to move it again. It killed another 2 people when they were transporting it. They then sold it for parts at an auction, and 2 guys went, "Oh, I want a bit of James Dean car to put on mine." Did it, and then they died in the car crash. It was a car that kept on killing, and eventually they recalled all the parts, got them all back, built the car back together, and while they were sending it somewhere, it got robbed and disappeared. So it's out there somewhere killing things.
Oh my God! That's amazing.
That was one of the
What
cars.
the hell is that?
There's some headlights came on then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
It's just like some sort of alien just stood there.
But no, that,
What would we do if there was actually an alien stood there?
Close
to
the
be
door.
fair, I'm not actually
Wait
gonna,
with this car, wait, because this car's probably going to turn up and run it over.
I'm not actually gonna. I know I said that I thought of 2 and that was my first one. I'm going to stick with that one actually. It's not the second one. It was just a motorbike.
No, that's a fantastic
It was
story.
just a motorbike. But how would you like to own?
The car that's killed.
What, would I
No,
own a car
no,
that
I like
kills
to
me,
live.
whether or not I'm
I like
actually
this
driving
beating
it.
sensation in my heart, in my
I
chest.
would love to own that vehicle. Obviously not in the sense of because I have missus and children. I wouldn't want them to go near it. I'd put it far away from them, and I'd go looking and go, oh, car. And then I wouldn't drive the damn thing. Hell no, it killed James Dean. He
And
was a-
several others
he was a
afterwards.
really good racing driver.
Just sit there and go, just so people go, oh, I want to kill myself today. Here, I'll just pay me and I'll set you in my car.
Yeah, exactly. All you
If
do is
you
just
don't
sit
like
there.
Just
someone,
sit there and
like,
somehow
you
you'll
like,
die.
you know what, like, you just like pat them on the shoulder and just like put the key
Hey,
in
this
the
is
pocket.
James Dean's car.
Yeah.
Want to take it for a spin?
just sneak the key into their pocket,
Yeah.
and
And
then
just
they'll be
watch them
dead
die.
within the week.
Do you want, there's a little story that goes with this, and this was on QI, so I believe you will know this story. Alan Davis told it, and it was Rob
Brydon.
Brydon told it, and it was about Alec Guinness, who, as we all know, was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first trilogy of Star Wars.
Yes.
And James Dean met him one day at a restaurant. Not like they just accidentally bumped into each other.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, "Hey, you want to come see my new car?" And Alec Guinness came out and looked, and he went, "If you go in that car, you will die in 2 weeks." And James Dean went, "No, not having that." And Alec Guinness turned on the telly 2 weeks later to the day, and then James Dean had been killed in that car.
No, it's pretty. Yeah, I remember that story.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god.
literally straight up, he just said, "You will die in 2 weeks if you keep driving that." And he went, "No, I won't." And 2 weeks later, he turned on the telly, and that was it. It was like James Dean was dead. And
Wow.
how the hell did he say that?
That's creepy shit like that.
He-
Just,
I think he created Little Bastard. I think it was him.
He's just sat there.
Yes.
He was sat there.
he
The
had some
transport
hand
was
in
like.
it.
He was sat there in the transport like, it's been 2 weeks. Dead.
But to be fair,
If I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but if I was the guy who said you're going to die in 2 weeks and suddenly saw him on TV being pronounced dead, would you then go, "Told you"?
No.
I'd
I'll
look at myself
go.
and go,
I'll go. I should make a bit of money out of this. Set up my own business.
Set up your own business.
I sense
Fortune
a great
telling.
disturbance in the force. It was as though James Dean's voice cried out in anger, and then was silence.
"That's dark."
That is incredibly dark.
But yeah, so
All you hear is
Just-
just
just as a clarify,
How did you know this?
how would you like to own the car? Not in the sense of because it killed James Dean, but how would you like to own the car that just kept killing? I know you
Yeah.
want to own a car that had killed a few people. Just be like, look, this is a dangerous car. I
I
think
don't have to drive it.
no, I'm not going to drive Little Bastard. The key would be going in a safe underground. But that's my thing. Just like to own a car that's killed many people, just to be like, this is James Dean's car.
Yes.
You have the key in your pocket, you fall over and the car just comes out of nowhere and runs you over.
Like I said,
The actual car itself.
ow.
Mine is not a one of existence. In a sense it is, but it's like from when the hot rods were all about. But anyway, I digress. It's actually from a game called Brutal Legend, which Mikey.
Yes!
It's-
True legend!
I wanted to play that. I never got the opportunity.
Believe man, it's a great game. If you love heavy metal and Vikings and stuff like that.
Seems some stuff from it. It's got Jack Black in it, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's
yep.
got Ozzy
Seems like
Osbourne,
Joey
Yeah, I
It's
saw that.
Rob Halford.
Lemmy Kilmister.
Rob
Lemmy
Halford.
Kilmister's he's a healer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He
He
plays
heals
the
people
guitar.
by playing his bass, but his bass has to be made out of spiders' webs.
Yes.
It's a strong. It's like a mythological thing,
Right.
but it's got modern day character. Like Ozzy Osbourne pimps out your car for you.
Yeah.
He drives it
Isn't he meant to be
underground.
the guardian of metal?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Guardian of Metal.
It's a Guardian Metal, but you drive into the thing, and Ozzy Osbourne going, "Oh, I don't quite like that." It's just, I don't like that. I don't like a spoiler on it. And you're like, "Oh my god."
Seems like something Joe would be interested
That
in.
was the worst Birmingham accent ever.
But yeah, the vehicle.
Birmingham. There you go. I can do that bit.
The vehicle itself is called either the Deuce or the Druid Plough, and basically you have to play a guitar solo in order for it to appear. How amazing
Yeah.
that would be! You have to play a guitar solo in order for it to appear. Like, I don't know, you've lost it in the car park somewhere. It's like, right, I'll just get it here then. It comes in flames and shoots lightning and bullets and shit.
It's like the May
Shoot
I Help
bullets,
You
it
riff.
might just
Yeah.
shoot you. You're like,
Yeah,
Damn it.
it runs
Sorry,
you
Gary.
over.
But the way that if you're playing it on Xbox, which is how I played it, you have to literally press like Y, X, B, Y, X, X, Y. You have to literally like hit the notes and the solo is going to and Jack Black's just there like, and then the car goes, and you're like, it's a car.
Yeah, there's also another guitar solo that brings the wilderness to you and that it fights for you, and stuff like that.
You got a group of your army that consists of roadies, headbangers, and stuff like that. And the roadies guys that have massive amps on their back, and you jump on their amps and go, and it like throws people everywhere.
Shockwave.
The headbangers are just doing that
Don't
constantly.
they just like headbutt things?
No, that's it.
They run
That's all
up,
they
they
do.
run up and just headbutt people.
Like absolutely massive necks.
No, they're just little skinny
He
guys
needs
with
forehead.
mullets.
Oh, he's forehead.
Fine.
They've got big forehead and mullets, isn't they?
That's right.
But there's just no end of them. And you end up, Jack Black ends up with wings and he can fly. It's just a totally bizarre game.
It is, but I love it.
The car in it is amazing.
It is. I mean, you can ride other stuff. You can ride basically You can ride horses. You can ride on other people. Who because you can interact with the other players. So you can fight like either on top of them, or they can ride on your shoulders, or just basically or ride on their vehicles. It's an incredible game, and I definitely suggest that you play it if you're definitely into heavy metal and Guardians of Rock and stuff like that.
Even if you don't want to play the game, seriously, YouTube it just to look at the car, because the car itself is, for lack of a better word,
Just
to be
snuck
very
in another game with you.
to be very stereotypical, bitching.
Yeah,
Because I think that might actually be used in the thing.
it is an awesome hot rod looking gun, and I love how he adds the 8-ball gear knob.
Able gear shifter.
Yeah.
Good on April.
Mm.
My friend who I work with, Ben, he's got one of them on his Volkswagen Caddy. Fucking brilliant.
You just gotta love having an April gear shift.
Mm.
Alright, so Joe, do you wanna call it? That was our top 10.
Yeah,
Well,
that was the
Technically
vehicles.
top 5.
Yeah, top
Yeah.
5.
But it wasn't called top 5 because it was our personal favourites.
Yes.
Personal favourites.
That's another segment. Personal favourites.
Try and take.
Those were the vehicles that we would most like to own.
If
What
we
would you
are-
most like to own? Answers in the comments below.
Please comment. We need comments.
Yes. And likes.
You
We
see
like the
that
likes.
box below the video? You type words there, please do.
You see that thumbs up? Please click it.
Don't type fuck off.
Oh, you
And
guys
don't
are
hit the
shit.
dislike button.
No.
Just hit like.
That's the thing. Why is it you can dislike on YouTube, but you can't dislike on Facebook?
I think we've wound Joe up now because he was trying to end and we've just gone.
Sorry, we apologise. Viking, please continue.
Yes.
We are sorry.
Hopefully Steve
I've lost my train of thought now.
Hopefully Steve will return next week.
With his better camera.
I'm sure that you, as well as us, wish him a speedy recovery because he's not well. He's not just got a sniffles. He's fairly unwell. So we hope he comes back soon.
Yeah.
And
Rest up and get back here.
Please, we need you.
Oh, you may have noticed a new backdrop.
Ta-da!
We plan to add some artwork to it over the coming weeks. If you have anything you want to see on there, comment below, tell us. If you're an aspiring artist and want some artwork up on there,
draw it and we can trace it.
Yeah. Or by all means send it to an address that we will probably give you.
We will put an email address in the description so that you can send it to it.
And then we can print it off.
well, thank you for watching this AA meeting. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Until then, keep drinking.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mazel tov.